Yo! In today's video, we're going to be looking at types of killers in DBD. Alright, now first up, we've got the sweats. They usually end up sort of playing like Nurse, Spirit, Billy, anyone kind of in the high tier level gameplay. These guys are insane. These players usually have anywhere from like 700 hours to 7,000 hours, depending on how much these players like to see daylight, and they're just crazy good at DBD. These players can play pretty much almost any killer very well, and they most likely are definitely a killer main. Like most of us, we usually come home, jump on a bit of DBD, whether it plays survivor or killer, and have a little bit of fun. Not these people. These guys are sweating it. These players can never chill. Second, we've got the noobs. These players are usually trappers, raves, or billies, or anyone that's a new killer because they've just got the game. And unfortunately, these guys are pretty shocking at pretty much almost everything. You'll see these guys get looped into oblivion and ran around pallets like some sort of cat and mouse chase between Tom and Jerry. And these guys are usually relatively quite new to the game, I hope. And these killers usually end up having PTSD from the amount of times they've been blinded while picking up a survivor off the floor. And if these guys do end up playing Trapper, they usually do end up walking into their own traps just because they're not really spatially aware of their environment or where they're putting their traps down. Moving on from that one, we've got the toxic killers. These toxic killers can be anyone. However, a common one you'll see is Spirit. This killer is known for being dirty. The games are never fun, usually end up tunneling a lot of people as well. You can guarantee that this killer will whack on the Ebony Mori just to spice things up a little bit in the gameplay. Will usually end up bringing Noed as a backup perk in case things decide to go pear-shaped, and this is their kind of knight in shining armor if the survivors do end up putting up quite a challenge. You can guarantee that this killer will hit you at least a couple times when they put you on the hook, and you can also guarantee that every time you go down or you are on the hook, this killer is going to nod you just to assert dominance that they are the alpha male. Following up from that one, we've got the Gen Patrol. Now, a very common killer that these players like to use is, you guessed it, Freddy. Yes, now you can guarantee that these killers will bring almost an entire build full of gen perks just to protect the generators from ever getting done and to try and drag the game out as long as possible. And these guys do not care whether the match is between 5 minutes or about an hour. These killers are here to play the waiting game, and they want to try and stop you from leaving as much as possible. These killers might often leave a chase mid-chase to go back to the generators and kick them to make sure that these are never completed. There's nothing quite like kicking a generator for these players. Oh boy, they absolutely love it. It's a midweek treat for them because Freddy can teleport to any generator on the map and kick it with his Pop Goes the Weasel or any other gen perks that he might acquire. Just after that one, we've got the sneaky killers. Now, these players usually like to go for Myers or Ghostface, or sometimes even Pig, anyone to give you that real good jump scare.
Oh my god!
I often find these players to be relatively quite funny, actually.
Hi.
Due to the scary nature of the game that they bring.
I can't. Please. Please.
These players love scaring survivors, and the people that play these killers are usually either relatively quite funny or extremely shy and quiet.
No. No. I can't.
There's nothing quite terrifying as when you are repairing a generator to turn behind you to see nothing but the man himself, Michael Myers or Ghostface, peeping at you from around the corner like some sort of teenager who's got his high school crush. These players are usually extremely fun to play against. Moving on from that one, we have the face campers. These killers absolutely despise survivors. They usually do not play survivor whatsoever, and they will stand in front of you every single time they hook you. These players are usually pretty shocking and terrible, and they have no confidence in chases. You will often find yourself put on a hook if you are a survivor, and these players will stand there looking at you confused, almost like some sort of person in a fast food restaurant staring at a menu. After that one, we've got the friendly killers. Now, these killers will play a genuine match as killer, but you'll often find that these players will never tunnel you, They will never camp you, and they're just really wholesome. And you'll likely find that these killers will sometimes give you the hatch at the end of the game, or if you've put up a good show, they will let you leave at the end of the game. And last but certainly not least, we've got the almighty, terrifying Basement Bubba. These players will select Bubba as if it is their god in DBD and they pray to them every night. You can guarantee that they will be bringing Agitation, possibly Iron Grasp, and also Insidious. This player's motive is to go out, capture a survivor, and take him down to Bubba's lair, which is the basement. They will then proceed to hook them and stand in the corner for the next half an hour, while these completely clueless survivors tippy-toe down the stairs before entering an absolute death trap. As you can tell from this high-octane energetic gameplay, this killer has a lot of stamina. This player's objective for the match is Survivor and Basement. These are the only two things on the killer's shopping list. These killers are usually pretty rare, but if you do end up facing one, good luck. Okay guys, be sure to let us know what killer you are in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, it really help me out a lot, and I'll see you guys in the next one.